I'm a Michigan beer drinker, porter and stout. Here it goes in and sometimes comes out. If I get all tanked up and start to shout, just push me over and I'll pass out.
It's getting towards the end of July, so for the town of Ypsilanti, Michigan, that can only mean one thing: the Michigan Brewers Guild Summer Beer Fest. This festival spans 2 days, features over 100 Michigan breweries, and over 800 unique beers. If this line says anything, you can tell that people are eager to get their hands on their favorite brew.
Glub, 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 glub. When you come to a beer festival, especially a summer beer festival, you want to come prepared. So what we did, and what a lot of other people are doing, is we made kind of like snack necklaces between pretzels and Funyuns. I saw one guy with some Slim Jim beef jerky, just something to snack on. They've got water stations all over to keep you hydrated throughout the day. Just gives you that something when it's nice, salty and maybe savory, but it's a great palate cleanser between all the different awesome beers you're gonna try at a beer festival. So next time you're gonna sign up, get yourself a ticket to a beer festival, make yourself a cheap, inexpensive pretzel, Funyun, snap into a Slim Jim beer festival necklace.
While you have your juggernaut breweries like Dark Horse, Founders, and Bell's, Ron and I wanted to sample some of the smaller guys and see what they had to offer. So we took to the streets and asked some people what their favorite beers were.
My favorite beer so far has been the Declaration Ale from Shorts Brewing Company.
And my favorite beer was the one that was aged in a Valentine's vodka barrel by Tri-City Brewing.
Peanut butter beer from Bob's in Grand Rapids. Go, right now.
So we made our way to Bob's Brewery, where we spoke to head brewer John, where he told us all about what makes Bob's Peanut Butter Porter so special.
Well, in this environment, in a show environment, and when you have so many beer enthusiasts, and you do something that's unique and odd or different or whatever it happens to be, people have a tendency to gravitate towards that.
My name is Beth, and my favorite beer was the Bourbon Barrel Aged Vanderbush from Greenbush.
Greenbush was the brewery with the most entries this year, with well over 50 unique beers to pour at the festival. We spoke with Joe, a Greenbush employee, to see what his favorite offering was.
I think my favorite beer that we've done at Greenbush is called Barrel Aged LTD. LTD is a beer that we made to taste like an old fashioned, so it has this like giant laundry list of aromatics that replicate bitters, and then we barrel age it so it tastes exactly like an old fashioned and goes down real smooth and like 10%. It's a monster.
Along with some of the crowd favorites, we went back to a friend of ours, Falling Down Brewing.
So they're on just over a year and a half. We do statewide distribution. Our mainstay beer that we try and always have available is our Ninja Chicken. It's an aggressively hopped American Pale Ale.
One thing that we hadn't tried from Falling Down was their delicious new Blood Orange IPA, a citrusy new spin on the classic American IPA style.
Our surprise winner from last year, Cranker's Brewery, was back with even more to offer.
One of the beers that we brought today that we're really excited about is a beer that we initially did with a brewer that I used to work with named Bill Gertz. He's at Linwood Brewing Concern right now in North Carolina, but a beer that we put together is a beer called End of the World Double IPA. It's a beer that we're really excited about. We like light crisp IPAs, whether you're talking session IPA, double IPA, standard IPA, and so we take the line of thought with this beer. It's 8.3%. It's pale, lighter in body, and we think that really helps the hops stand out in the beer because the hops don't have any other flavors to really compete with.
Our winner for the biggest surprise this year was Cotton Brewing, which makes beers that are not so hoppy but bursting with flavor. We spoke with brewer Krista to see what they had in store.
Our beers usually have strange, new, interesting ingredients. This time of the festival, we have our maple bacon porter, we have a Thai ale, and a vanilla cinnamon ale.
Everyone agreed that the maple bacon porter was awesome. The Thai ale came with split decisions, but the vanilla cinnamon ale was the consensus winner. It had vibrant flavors and was delicious on a nice summer day.
Kunin is known for their double rice IPA, but today we wanted to try something that was purely Michigan.
They said everything in here is made with Michigan ingredients, even the yeast, which was like harvested from the Upper Peninsula. I got the cherry version.
I've got the blueberry version, and they're both, well, mine at least, the blueberry version is excellent.
Yeah,
very
really,
nice.
really good.
Nice, just slightly tart not to the sour extent, but just enough to let you know you're having a nice, really well-crafted fruit beer. Really great flavor. Mine obviously tastes of blueberries, and it's very evident. The aroma, it just, to me, it smells sweet and fruity, not really blueberry in general, but really, really good.
Yeah, I mean, one of the great things that they do is it's not too overpowering with the fruit. It's, it's a really good mixture. It tastes like a beer that has fruit as opposed to fruit made into beer. So I really enjoy that fact. I mean, it's just really nice and easy drinking. It's a delicious cherry beer.
The best thing about the Summer Beer Festival is how much fun everybody has while sipping on their favorite beers. We dodged our way through a game of cornhole to meet up with Dan, the head brewer at Griffin Claw, to find out about what beer he was excited to bring.
Really happy with this, and the crowd's happy with, is the Undertow, and that's a sour black currant black pepper beer. So it's soured with Brettanomyces lambicus, which adds a little cherry pie tartness to it. And I put 80 pounds of black currants and 2 pounds of black pepper in it, ground black pepper, real fine. And it's a very unique beer, and I think it's a real hit with the crowd.
While the Pawpaw is the state fruit of Ohio, Pawpaw Brewing in Michigan brings us Citra Malone, a real treasure.
I actually just poured one of my favorite beers and one of our newest beers, our Citra Malone or Citra Melon Session IPA, with 2 new varieties of hops, the Citra hop, which has its citrus characteristics, as well as a fresh-cut honeydew melon characteristic hop, Cantaloupe, from Hull Malone, Germany, where the Germans have been crossbreeding 2 hops, the American Cascade and the German Hallertau, for about 20 years. They came out with 4 new varieties, one being the Hull Malone hop. So we wanted to make a really nice, refreshing, inviting beer. Session IPA, 4.8% alcohol, 48 IBUs. Real easy with the citrus characteristic, but the melon kind of cools it off and kind of softens the glow. So having a really great time. Hope you enjoy it. Cheers.
The last question we wanted to ask all of our brewers was, if you could have one beer with anyone, past or present, dead or alive, who would it be and why?
I'm a big fan of a humorist, a writer, David Sedaris, and his sister Amy Sedaris. And I was just saying that I would love to sit down and just have a meal with the 2 of those, so I'll lump in a beer with them too. I think that would be an absolute scream.
Henry VIII.
Really? Why?
Because I understood they brewed a lot of beer there at that time, and like 10 barrels a day for their whole staff, their whole court, whatever you call it. He just seemed like a big beer drinker. He'd be fun to party with, go jousting and stuff like that, he just seemed like a real party.
All right,
why not go back to Florida?
Yeah. Charlie Papazian is my man. I've had a glass of mead with him. We all should know that Charlie Papazian started the American Homebrewers Association many years ago, the American Brewers Association. When I worked at Bell's, I had the opportunity to meet him and have a 27-year-old bottle of mead. I did not have a beer with Charlie Papazian, so I missed it, man.
So whether it's Ypsilanti or your local town, get to your next beer festival any way possible.
My name's Julius. I'm from Detroit, Michigan. This is my 4th year of biking the Summer Beer Fest. 30 miles from downtown Detroit, 30 miles home, and a beer fest in between.
It just goes to show that good beer is worth traveling for, and hopefully Ron and I will see you at the next beer fest. Cheers. There's one thing at a beer fest that you really need. It's toilets. And lots of them. Lots of them.